Okay, don't ask me how I know this, but it's just a feeling. I think what these Gentiles and Hamites want to do is have us bring judgment upon ourselves by conducting ourselves in a manner that is not proper or seemly. So they want to operate in the love vibration of frequency, right? And that's fine. I agree with that. You should act that way. But their understanding of love is not as high as it should be. Understanding right from wrong, basically, right? Their way of being is, okay, no law, no rules. Okay, fine. It's all about love, but you have a sense of right from wrong, right? However, I'm not going to say all of them. Some Hamites are better than others, just like the house of Yasharel. 2/3 don't have a good sense of right from wrong compared to the elect, the 144,000. Same with the Gentiles. Not all Gentiles have a higher level and sense of right from wrong. So I'm guessing what they want to do is do away with the law and just, do as thou wilt type of stuff. But understand that right and wrong will always exist. Why do I say this? Because even if you're an innocent child and that type of stuff, and you have no knowledge of good and evil, maybe you behave a certain way that perhaps needs correction, okay? Not extreme, but just correction to a certain degree, all right? Now, if you're ignorant, you're in a blissful ignorance, then we've seen what happens when you're under that mind frame, that way of thinking, that doesn't do self-examination or has no sense of right from wrong. Kind of like the Gentiles. That's what the Mount of Esau represents, the Gentiles and all that. They represent ignorance, okay? Ignorance is a lack of knowledge or lack of discernment, some would say. All right? The Hamites, same thing with them. They have a lack of discernment, not all of them, some of them, okay? Negroes, I guess, maybe. Negroes. But it goes for, like, all races. That's what I'm saying. Look, every race, Negro, Hamites, Shemites, Gentiles, and all the other little races that come from them, like the Edomites, which is a lesser version of the Gentiles. Then you have the Ishmaelites, the Arabs. Then you have a mixture of the house of Yasharel, like Hispanic, Latinos, Native Americans. So in all these people, you're going to find either something that's not right with them, or that needs a change up or reevaluation, adjustments, basically. So I'm not going to say everyone's just throw them all out, but the ones that should know better and are supposed to do better and aren't and refuse to because they fear whatever, then these are the individuals that probably need help. Or who knows, maybe their case is extreme and a foregone conclusion. But forgiveness is important. Agreeing with Christ is important because that's what he taught. Love, forgiveness, mercy, and all that type of stuff, all right? So let's say you throw out the balance, you just forgive them. What becomes of them? Do they exist in existence for the better? Meaning they're not going to do what they did before? And if they are, if things are going to repeat themselves, then they need to ask themselves, how many more beings need to get hurt by us continuing to exist, you see? Because the tab is against them. It's not in their favor, you see? It's in our favor. And somebody that's just fearful or just so contentious, whatever the case is with them, so prideful or so, foolish, they will want to keep things in an unjust manner, you see? But I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. My thing is, just walk in faith, agree with Christ, everything he said, listen to his words about love. If you condemn another, you're going to condemn yourself. That's why I always say, like, even though I try to, present things to the council when something's off or off balance, I get mad sometimes, but at the end of the day, look, there's a council. I'm not the only one judging, and I'm not the most high judge. So that's where, I stand in safety, And what they try to do, I guess some of these unclean spirits, they try to reveal to me secret knowledge that was dangerous, that might have tried to get me to pretend to be I'm something more than I'm not. you know, try to play judge like the Most High, because there's only one judge, right? That's what the scripture says. So they try to destroy me like that. And I kind of perceived that, but I was fighting with it, and the Most High had his hands on me. And basically, the way I look at it was like a refinement of purging of information and that type of stuff. And they be telling me, quit having this judgmental spirit. And I'm like, look, at the end of the day, there's a council, okay? There's one high judge. My input, you know, hey, it doesn't matter. Look, at the end of the day, I'm under orders. And if I'm not ready to ascend higher than the realms or even dimensions that I'm supposed to be in, as much as it hurts, you know, I'm going to stay there for the safety and betterment of everyone involved, okay? And I know who revealed knowledge to me. You had Samael, you had Lilith, you had Leviathan. So many who started snitching on each other when they found out, oh, you know, oh, they're going to snitch on us. Like, oh, damn. Well, look, it just comes down to doing the right thing, okay? If you do the right thing, you stick to your promises, you fulfill all that, okay? And you know, you can't even out the balance while people don't know that you're doing that. That's like going behind their back. You have an agenda to, you know, let's do it secretly and then we'll get rid of them. No. You see, they're playing the game all wrong. Look, I'm being honest. My intentions are honest. I'm not withholding anything from anyone. You see, when you get into this little game that you gotta this, that, and the other, I don't think that's right, in my opinion, because that means you don't have honest intentions. So it's all about your intentions. If you're greedy, if you're coveting, you know, all the commandments are there for a reason. Is to expose the other nations that have problems behaving themselves, okay? They have a different law. Their law is more, okay, freedom, this, that, and the other. And that's fine. If they can behave themselves, that's the line they want to operate. That's fine. That's great, okay? But even little kids can misbehave. You got a little fairy, a little angel, you know, transforming itself into this, that, and the other. You got to consider humanity. How has that affected humanity, you see? Just because it looks so innocent doesn't mean that it's affecting the human race in a negative way, even though that entity thinks it's not, you see? And that's why you need to know right from wrong. That's why you have Yasharel, you know? And what they're trying to do, I guess, is to put the blame on them, even though they themselves, not so well known, admittedly, have said that humanity is it, right? They're the ones that will help, you know, evolve. You know, they're the ones that have the better discernment of right from wrong. I'm like, hello? It was right there in Genesis chapter 2. Lord God saw. That's why he didn't want Adam and Eve to eat of the fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, because he knew if they did that, it was basically lights out for Mount Olympus, all right, the Mount of Edom. So don't worry. We're not. You see, when I expose somebody, that's different. I'm not passing judgment on them. Okay, even though I have the power to judge, just because I tell you something, this is how it is, blah, 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 that doesn't mean, look, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to delete you right away. Fear could be used to help you change, or fear could be used to bring you down, you see? That's the frequency. Fear either brings you up, elevates you, or it brings you down. But, you know, let's say, I don't know, let's say you just throw away the law, everything, there's nothing else, and you're just in a, you know, ignorant, blissful state of mind. And okay, others get destroyed and you won. But here's the thing, by doing that, you just became a murderer. That's why you need to have the law there. You just became a murderer. And what if the other people's intentions weren't to destroy you, you see? What if they just wanted to even balance things out, and then that's it, you know? Let's go from there. What if you won the game, but you would continue to decay over and over and over again, continue to do wrong, harm others and yourself, whereas maybe the ones in the middle lane, let's say if they would have won, there would be harmony and peace, as it should be, you see, like the scripture says. So you get rid of the ones that temporarily won, but they never really changed, as opposed to the ones that could always maintain the balance, you see. And that's what you got with the Hamites and the Gentiles, all right? And they're playing the game the wrong way. They think that by them winning, that they're going to stay on top forever, ruling, that the prime creator is not going to do something to them, whatever, you know. And they think they could use some of us to go against, you know, the Most High and all that. No, 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 no. If anything, it has been a refinement for us, the elect in the Most High, and that's good, you know, that's good. And it comes down to trust and all that, you know. Sometimes when you're paranoid or you're fretful, you hit the panic button, you do something you don't want to do, you know. But yeah, it's just about, okay, you know, seeing if you could trust the individual. And that's why I always say, you know, I want to go through my stuff so they could see that I'm someone that could be trusted, you know. And yeah, I mean, seeing who's who and what's what, right? So, okay, let's say there are still rules, right from wrong, but a higher level of love, okay? Like I said, love is more than just a feeling. That's what these Gentiles have, the feeling. I feel good as long as you're not, you know, being too rough or mean with me, you know, that's love. I could have powers, do this and that. I could kind of destroy things, set a bad example by having all these powers. And that's still right. No, it's not right, you see? But these things don't understand. They think, when they think of us, the Shemites, they think of right from wrong. When they think of our wrong, they think of they think about like, we're like Hades, we're like death, we're like the dark side. No, 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 no. These idiots go hand in hand. The Gentiles, Mount Olympus, and then the Edomites, the house of Samael, they're two sides of the same coin, man, okay? And they want to pin it on us, like we're the ones that are doing the evil and that type of stuff, okay? You know, maybe destiny or fate will have it that way so that we humans could be the ones to restore balance and kind of teach these other beings how things should go. And like I said, maybe nobody needs to get destroyed. Maybe all this was so that there could be equal rights and justice for all. But here's the catch, though. What would the Prime Creator rule, you know, in favor of? You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if, let's say, these entities, everybody comes up, okay? Everybody comes up, but you still have that within you. You're still a Gentile. You can't change that. No matter how high you get up, you're still a Gentile. Nothing's going to change that. So you can get up to the top of the mountain, you're just going to decay back down. So what's the point? What's the purpose? Same with the Hamites, you know? And even 2/3 of the house of Yasharel. So nothing's going to change, you know? Nothing's going to change. You cannot buy righteousness. You either got it in you or you don't. That's why they want to destroy the sense of right from wrong, because it's in their benefit for the Gentiles to just be ignorant, you see? But ignorance, what? Does damage. The dark side is in their best interest to destroy the law, basically. Why? Because the dark side is corrupt. So how can a Prime Creator allow that to happen? So you have ignorance, which harms the dark side, which is evil, and what? No middle, no Shemitic lineage? Ha! Give me a break. The line of Shem will always stand. The Prime Creator will always have something to adjust the balance. And if they get to the top of the mountain underhandedly, then they're always going to be off balance, you see? So there's no way. You can't win, you know? You cannot win. You cannot win this battle that you got against the Most High, okay? No, you cannot win. And like I said, man, hey, if I gotta, you know, pull the kamikaze button, man, just to, you know, solve this, that's too extreme. I'm not gonna do that, but it doesn't have to go on that way because there's a lot of innocence involved. So I don't know what you want to do with these idiots. I mean, it's just not gonna learn righteousness. I don't know what to tell you, man. I really don't know what to tell you. The only way I can think of this thing could be sorted out is if they somehow get tricked to do something to us. We take the judgment, okay? We take the hit. Supposedly they want to melt our realms from, I guess, the 15th on down. That's what I heard from one of these agents that's jumping all over the place. It would be to allow that to happen, and then they see what happens to them, you see? But at the same time, those are bad intentions, you see? And that's why I'm speaking out on this, so that they can see I don't have no agenda. I know about their agendas, but I don't have an agenda. They might think I do, but I don't. Those that have an agenda, that have the wrong intentions, meaning they want to stay on, you know, in power while having wrong intentions, you know. I have intentions to be sneaky and stuff because I want to stay in power. Then to me, that's the wrong way, because we don't know what repercussions that could have, you know. But at the same time, you know, I don't know. What do you do? Do we take a hit? And, you know, they want to see what happens to us? You know, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But for now, yeah, it's just something to think about, because nobody wants to lose a position of power. Nobody wants to help humanity ascend, right? So it's like they're debating whether they want to do this the easy way or the hard way. Well, the brother, this Negro said, that I was listening to, called Rich Black Man, he said that as you get to the higher levels, that you're not supposed to worship anybody. You have to have the mindset of a god, and that these entities have an agenda, and they can't give you the spiritual stuff, which is like the ancient writings, the scriptural stuff, and they can't give you good technology that's good for you. That's why we're experiencing mind control and all that, because they will be destroying themselves. They literally be committing suicide. He said they're handcuffed. They can't give you the spiritual stuff or good technology, So, yeah, he said, what do? Do they let humanity advance, or do they go on with the agenda? He said, I think they're going to go on with the agenda. But either way, he said they're committing suicide. He said, go on with the agenda then. Well, that's what it is. He said maybe heaven will try to help them out. Maybe they'll try to help humanity, see if heaven helps them out. And, well, that's what we're doing, isn't it? Trying to help one another. But I don't know. It seems like the ancient ones, the old heads, I don't know. They have a different way of thinking, and it's probably not in the best interest of the little ones and people like myself. So I don't know. I really don't know what they want to do and that type of stuff. Some say they're playing for keeps, this, that, and the other. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just throwing thoughts out there. So anyways, with that being said, one love. Until next time. Peace.